What's up, guys? My name's Noah. I make music as Haterade, and you are watching The Productive Producer. So you might notice we're in 4K. 4K. And we got some new lights. Got some new camera. I want the videos to look good for you guys. Better to watch my ugly mug in 4K than in 1080p on a webcam. Before we get into today's video, I wanted to talk to you about something big. My Ableton Producer Bootcamp is live now. I think it's ready for you guys. So what it is it, and even though it's the Ableton Producer Bootcamp, there's a lot of Ableton only assets inside the bootcamp. The main goal of the bootcamp is to help you harness your creativity and your workflow in the studio. So to help you work more efficiently, work with a better mind frame, spend less time doing stuff that you're wasting time doing in the studio. There's a ton of information in there. Go check it out. The link is in the description. And just for you guys and just for the month of June, I'm going to have a discount code for you guys, and that will be in the description as well. Today's video, 3 crucial steps you need to take to produce better music. The content for this video is stemmed from a article I wrote for edmprod.com. It's titled "What South Park Can Teach Us About Music Production." I love South Park. I don't know about you guys. South Park is one of my favorite TV shows, but I didn't pick South Park just because it's my favorite. I picked South Park because after watching this documentary that they made called 6 Days to Air that highlights the process of how they make South Park, I felt there were so many parallels that we could learn from the creation of that show that we can apply to our own production, our own studio time. So the first step, avoid perfectionism. We've talked about it before, guys. You'll never make a perfect song. I think there's always an expectation. When we look at other people's work, we judge it differently than our own. We're not in that same mind frame, that same headspace that the artist is when they made it. They could think something completely different about it. Avoiding perfectionism, what does that look like? Don't worry, get hung up on these tiny little details in the mix, like making sure it's perfect. Chances are, if you apply that same energy into the production of your next song, it's going to be even better. And you're going to intuitively know, like, oh, I could focus on those little details right here in the production phase, and you won't spend weeks bogged down in the mixing process. That's what it looks like. There was a great quote by the creator of South Park in that documentary that I felt just encapsulates this point perfectly. Check this out. "I always feel like I wish I had another day with this show. That's the reason why there are so many episodes of South Park we're able to get done, because there's a deadline and you can't keep going. There would be so many shows where I would say, it's not ready yet, and I would have spent 4 weeks on one show. All you do is start second guessing yourself and rewriting stuff. It gets overthought to maybe get 5% better. You know, the creator of South Park himself says he's not happy with the shows all the time when they're right before they're about to go out. And this does not mean you should just make shitty music and put it out even when you know it's really bad. You should always try your best. Just try to avoid being perfect, because you're not. Neither am I, neither is anybody. Second point is get your reps in. They make every episode of South Park in 6 days. And getting those reps in is just like we were talking about earlier. It is crucial to improving your quality over time. The more you produce, the better you'll be. It doesn't mean that you should just push out really shitty music that you know isn't your best. But don't dwell on those tracks. Don't let them sit for such a long time tweaking until they're perfect, just like we talking about in point 1. Also, with getting your reps in, the more tracks you make, the faster you'll be able to make them. And so when you start out, it might take you a while, but over time, the more repetitions you get, the quicker you'll be, and the more tracks you can make, just like we were talking about, it's going to yield better quality of tracks over time. You got to be patient with this stuff too. You know, your first track is not going to be your best track. You got to go in with that mentality of the next one might be the best one. The motto of this channel, guys, is producing faster means you produce more, means you get better. Be patient with yourself and get those reps in. Point number 3, set hard deadlines. Just like we were talking about, you know, they have a hard deadline every single week. If they don't have a show, by the time it's time to put the show on TV, then they're screwed. Then nothing plays that day. You've got to set those deadlines for yourself. I have a deadline every week for this video. This video comes out on Friday every single week, and I got to hit it. I have to do it. And over time, I've learned to make videos a little bit faster. But it was up against that deadline. If I didn't have that deadline, if I just sort of just did it whenever I felt like it, then who knows how many videos I would have made. But I set out I wanted to make this channel, and I wanted to help other producers. And I know that if the better I get at making videos and conveying information, the better my videos get and the more people I can help. And that's what I want to do. So you need to apply that same thing to your music. In the real world, people have deadlines. They got to get stuff done at a certain time. Sometimes those deadlines are flexible, and sometimes you have control over those deadlines in the real world. Maybe you own your own company and you decide when things happen, when they don't. But if you want to increase your output, just like we talked about in point number 2, you've got to set deadlines for yourself. It also forces you to make creative decisions more confidently. When you're up against the clock, you make a creative decision and boom, you commit to it. I don't even have time. I got to get this done. I got to get this done now. And I got to move on to the next thing. And you feel more confident. You're not second guessing yourself. So that's probably one of the most important tips I could give you guys in this video. Is setting those hard deadlines for yourself is so important, guys. All of this stuff is important. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I had a great time writing this article, and I really hope it helps you guys. If it helped you at all, let me know in the comments. I'd love to chat with you guys. Any comment I get, if it's not spam, I'll respond to it. Remember, guys, Ableton Producer Bootcamp, it is on sale now in the description. I got the promo discount code for you guys down there, as well as the free finishing music checklist, as always. And I so appreciate you guys being out there, and I'll see you next Friday. Peace.